Hey everyone! Ready to dive deep into the world of K-pop Demon Hunters? Released on July 27, 2025, this film has sparked endless discussions, and today, we're uncovering every thrilling detail. If you enjoy this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us grow. And for more incredible movie explorations and hidden gems, subscribe to the channel. Now, let's unravel the magic behind this cinematic masterpiece. From the very first scene, K-pop Demon Hunters immediately grabs you with its dazzling fusion of electrifying stage performances and dark supernatural intrigue. We meet the group Ether, a 7-member K-pop sensation who captivate millions worldwide with their mesmerizing vocals and choreography. Yet, beneath the spotlight's glow lies a hidden truth. These idols are not just entertainers, but sworn protectors against demonic forces threatening humanity. Their dual lives are tightly interwoven, and the movie masterfully balances pulsating concert sequences with intense, shadowy battles that reveal their otherworldly powers. The narrative is anchored by the group's leader, Raven, whose icy exterior masks a fierce devotion to his team and their secret mission. We learn about the ancient bloodline they descend from, a legacy bound by mystical contracts passed down through generations. Each member possesses unique abilities connected to their artistry. Flame wields fire-infused dance moves that ignite literal flames, while Lux controls light to both dazzle crowds and dispel dark spirits. The screenplay cleverly uses music and performance as a language of magic, with lyrics doubling as incantations and choreography serving as ritualistic combat maneuvers. As the plot thickens, the film plunges us into the dark underbelly of the K-pop industry, revealing sinister forces exploiting fame and fan devotion. The record label, driven by greed, is revealed to have forged a pact with demons, turning concerts into battlegrounds where souls are bartered like currency. This element adds a compelling layer of social commentary, making the supernatural threats feel grounded in real-world struggles with power, identity, and exploitation. Visually, K-pop Demon Hunters is a feast for the eyes. The cinematography juxtaposes the neon-lit glamour of Seoul's music scene against shadowy alleys and ancient temples where the true fight unfolds. The director's use of slow motion during dance sequences intensifies the surreal quality of their magic, and the special effects seamlessly blend realistic fire, light, and shadows, making every demon encounter pulse with danger and beauty. The soundtrack, combining original K-pop hits with haunting melodies, further immerses us in this dual reality. The supporting cast enriches the story with personal stakes and emotional depth. Shade, the playful youngest member, hides a tragic past that fuels his shadow manipulation powers, while Aura, the wise producer and mentor figure, guides the group through their darkest moments, embodying the theme of sacrifice and legacy. Their interactions reveal the toll of leading double lives, the isolation, the burden of secrets, and the unbreakable bonds forged through shared purpose. As the climax approaches, the tension escalates with a spectacular showdown during a world tour finale. Demons infiltrate the concert, forcing the group to reveal their true selves in front of thousands, blending live performance with battle in a breathtaking display of courage and unity. The film doesn't shy away from the cost of victory, leaving the audience with poignant questions about fame, identity, and what it truly means to fight for one's soul. K-pop Demon Hunters ultimately leaves a lasting impression, blending vibrant pop culture with mythic storytelling to create a unique cinematic experience. It invites viewers to consider the masks we wear, in the spotlight and in life, and the unseen battles everyone fights. Whether you're a fan of supernatural thrillers, K-pop, or simply gripping storytelling, this movie delivers on all fronts. So, what did you think of K-pop Demon Hunters? Did any moments or characters stand out to you? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more deep dives like this, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep uncovering the magic behind your favorite stories. On July 27, 2025, a groundbreaking film burst onto the cinematic scene that would quickly captivate audiences around the globe. K-pop Demon Hunters. From the very first frame, this film refuses to be just another fantasy or music movie. Instead, it fuses two wildly popular yet seemingly disparate worlds into one mesmerizing, thrilling experience. The release day marked more than just another date on the calendar. It heralded a bold new direction in storytelling, a kaleidoscope of dazzling visuals, pulse-pounding music, and supernatural intrigue that demanded attention from fans of all genres. This was a film that didn't just want to entertain, but to immerse you fully into a universe where the bright lights of K-pop's glamorous stage collided with the shadowy, dangerous underworld of demon hunting. It invited viewers to step beyond the usual boundaries of cinema and delve deep into a richly layered world brimming with secrets, power, and heart-stopping action. What makes K-pop Demon Hunters truly extraordinary is the way it skillfully blends the visceral excitement of live music performances with the tension and mystery of supernatural thriller. At its core, the film centers on Ether, a 7-member K-pop group unlike any you've seen before. Their flawless performances, impeccable choreography, and soaring vocals are not merely tools of entertainment. They are weapons, mystical conduits that enable them to battle dark forces lurking beneath the surface of the modern world. This isn't just a story about idols. It's a saga of legacy, identity, and the invisible struggles that shape who we are. The narrative unfolds with breathtaking fluidity, weaving between electrifying concert scenes filled with neon colors and roaring crowds, and eerie, atmospheric moments where ancient magic and demonic threats emerge from the shadows. Each performance sequence is more than just a feast for the eyes. It's a narrative device, carrying coded spells and ritualistic significance that deepen the mythos of the story. The plot itself is a masterful blend of character-driven drama and supernatural suspense. It begins with the world at a precarious balance, where demonic entities have begun exploiting the emotional energy generated by fandoms and mass entertainment to break through into the human realm. The members of Ether are heirs to a clandestine order of demon hunters, each possessing unique powers linked to their artistic talents. Raven, the stoic leader, channels sonic banshee screams through his vocals. Flame's incendiary dance literally sets the stage ablaze. Lux's manipulation of light dazzles not only audiences but also blinds the shadows. Shade's control of darkness allows him to blend into the unseen. Together, their performances are simultaneously concerts and battles, rituals and warfare. The script cleverly uses these talents to explore themes of duality, sacrifice, and the masks we wear, literally and figuratively, in a world obsessed with image and fame. As the story progresses, the film delves deeper into the darker corners of the entertainment industry, exposing a web of corruption and supernatural pacts that fuel the conflict. The record label behind Ether is revealed to be complicit in deals with demonic forces, turning the glittering world of K-pop into a battleground where the stakes are more than just fame or fortune. They are the very souls of fans and idols alike. This element not only raises the tension but also anchors the supernatural elements in a sharply observed social commentary on exploitation, power dynamics, and the cost of success. The characters grapple not just with external enemies, but with internal struggles, guilt, loyalty, and the ever-present fear of losing themselves to the darkness they fight against. Visually, K-pop Demon Hunters is nothing short of a spectacle. The filmmakers employ a dynamic palette that contrasts the vibrant neon hues and slick, stylized aesthetics of Seoul's music seen with the muted, shadow-filled spaces where the true battles occur. Camera work flows seamlessly from fast-paced dance numbers to slow, intense close-ups during moments of tension, enhancing the emotional impact and making every fight feel both epic and intimately personal. The choreography, a standout element, is intricately designed to serve both as performance and combat, with each movement carrying narrative weight and magical significance. Complementing this is a soundtrack that merges original K-pop tracks with haunting, atmospheric scores, heightening the emotional beats and underscoring the dual nature of the group's existence. The sound design itself becomes a character, with echoes, pulses, and melodic cues signaling shifts in reality and imminent danger. The emotional core of the film lies not only in its action and spectacle but in the rich, multifaceted characters who carry the story. Each member of Ether is given space to shine, their backstories and personal demons explored with nuance. Shade, the youngest, is a fan favorite whose playful exterior masks a tragic past that feeds into his shadowy powers and complex relationship with the group. Aura, the enigmatic producer, serves as a grounding force, her wisdom and sacrifices embodying the weight of the legacy the idols inherit. Their interpersonal dynamics, the tensions, the unspoken fears, and the moments of camaraderie, elevate the story from a simple battle of good versus evil into a meditation on family, identity, and resilience in the face of overwhelming odds. As the narrative builds to its heart-stopping climax, the film stages a breathtaking finale during a massive world tour concert, where the boundaries between performance and battle dissolve completely. With tens of thousands watching live, Ether confronts a devastating demonic assault, forcing them to reveal their true powers in full view of the world. This sequence is a masterclass in pacing and spectacle, combining cutting-edge special effects with the emotional stakes of the characters' journeys. It leaves audiences breathless, reflecting on what it means to be a hero in a world where the line between light and darkness is razor-thin. The ending resonates long after the credits roll, provoking thought about fame, sacrifice, and the hidden battles everyone faces, themes that elevate K-pop Demon Hunters beyond mere genre entertainment into something truly memorable. The cultural impact of K-pop Demon Hunters cannot be overstated. It tapped into the global fascination with K-pop, delivering a story that felt both fresh and deeply rooted in Korean culture and mythology, while simultaneously appealing to universal themes of identity and resistance. Fans and critics alike praised the film for its innovative blending of music and fantasy, with its visual style influencing fashion and pop culture trends worldwide. Social media buzzed with theories about hidden meanings in lyrics and choreography, turning viewers into active participants in the myth-building process. The film inspired a renewed interest in K-pop's cultural reach and introduced audiences to a world where music and magic intertwine in compelling new ways. Diving deeper into K-pop Demon Hunters reveals layers of symbolism and storytelling craftsmanship that reward attentive viewers. The film's use of color, music, and choreography all carry multiple meanings, inviting interpretations about the power of art to heal and to fight darkness, both literal and metaphorical. Characters' names and powers are drawn from Korean folklore and global mythologies, adding richness and depth that enrich the viewing experience. Easter eggs scattered throughout the film hint at future expansions of this universe, making it not just a standalone movie but the start of a cultural phenomenon ripe with storytelling possibilities. Ultimately, K-pop Demon Hunters stands as a landmark film that defies easy categorization. It is a celebration of artistry and courage, a thrilling supernatural adventure, and a heartfelt exploration of what it means to find light in the darkness. Its July 27, 2025 release marked a new chapter in cinema, one where genre boundaries dissolve, and audiences are invited to experience something truly unique. Whether you come for the music, the magic, or the emotional journey, this film offers a deeply satisfying and unforgettable ride that continues to captivate hearts and minds across the world. The story of K-pop Demon Hunters begins with a dazzling introduction to the world of Ether, a 7-member K-pop group taking Seoul and the world by storm. From the very start, you can feel the energy and passion that surrounds these idols. Their concerts are electric, filled with bright lights, synchronized dances, and catchy songs that pull fans into a whirlwind of emotion. But beneath all this glitz and glamour, something much darker is stirring. Right away, we meet Raven, the leader of Ether. He's quiet and serious, with a mysterious aura that sets him apart. While everyone sees him as the perfect idol, there's a deeper side to him, one burdened by responsibility. He carries the weight of his family's ancient duty to protect the world from demons. Raven is not alone in this. Every member of Ether comes from a secret line of demon hunters, each with powers linked to their unique talents as performers. This blend of music and magic is their secret weapon, and it forms the heart of the story. The early scenes skillfully build tension by showing glimpses of the group's hidden lives. As they prepare for their biggest world tour, the pressure mounts. Each member struggles not just with the usual stresses of fame, but with the knowledge that at any moment, dark forces could attack. Flame, the main dancer, is fiery in both her personality and her power. Her dance movements create real flames that burn away evil, but controlling this power is difficult, and her temper often causes clashes within the group. Lux, the visual and rapper, shines brightly on stage, but her ability to manipulate light is also a tool in their battles. She struggles with balancing the public's expectations of perfection and the harsh realities of their dangerous work. Shade, the youngest member, brings a playful and carefree energy to the group, but his shadow powers hide a painful past that haunts him. His journey is especially important in these early moments, as the film hints at secrets that will later become key to the story. Aura, the wise producer and mentor, supports the group from behind the scenes. Her calm presence helps keep the members grounded as the stakes grow higher. The relationships between these characters feel real and layered, friendships tested by fear, loyalty challenged by secrets, and the constant battle to hold on to their true selves amid the spotlight's glare. The story takes a darker turn when strange events begin to disrupt the group's tour preparations. Fans start reporting eerie visions and nightmares after concerts, and some even vanish mysteriously. It becomes clear that the music itself is attracting demons, feeding on the energy generated by the crowds. This discovery raises the stakes significantly. The demons aren't just random threats. They are targeting Ether specifically because of their powers and the ancient bloodlines they represent. One of the most gripping early scenes shows the group performing at a packed stadium when an invisible force begins to disrupt the concert. Lights flicker, and shadows creep around the edges of the stage. The audience is unaware, but the members of Ether sense the danger immediately. Raven signals the others, and in a breathtaking moment, the performance shifts seamlessly into a battle. The choreography doubles as combat moves, and the music becomes an exorcism chant that weakens the attacking demons. This scene is a perfect example of how the film blends music and magic to create something fresh and exciting. It also sets the tone for the kind of threats the group faces, unseen by most but deadly real. As these attacks increase, the group discovers that their record label is not just a business but part of a deeper conspiracy. The company's executives have made deals with demons, trading fan loyalty and souls for success and power. This revelation shakes the group to its core, forcing them to question everything they thought they knew about the industry they trusted. The label's corruption represents a dangerous new enemy, more powerful and far-reaching than the demons themselves. It also forces the members of Ether to make tough choices, to keep fighting from within the system or risk everything to expose the truth. The first half of the movie also explores the personal struggles of each member in greater depth. Flame's fiery nature causes tension, especially with Raven, whose calm and disciplined approach clashes with her impulsiveness. Their disagreements bring emotional weight to the story and hint at future challenges in leadership and teamwork. Lux faces pressure from fans and the media, who expect flawless performances even as she battles exhaustion and fear. Her moments of vulnerability remind viewers that behind every idol's perfect image is a real person facing tremendous challenges. Shade's backstory begins to unfold slowly, revealing that he was orphaned in a mysterious event tied to demon activity. His playful demeanor masks deep insecurity and a desperate need to belong. His connection to the shadows is more than just a power. It is tied to the trauma he experienced, and this personal history adds depth to his character arc. Aura, meanwhile, is shown guiding the group not only as a mentor but also as a keeper of secrets. Her knowledge of ancient magic and history becomes vital as the group seeks answers to the growing threats. Several key moments in this first half foreshadow twists and turns to come. Subtle hints in the dialogue and visuals suggest that not all members' loyalties are fully secure, and the presence of a mysterious figure watching from the shadows adds an extra layer of suspense. The film's pacing is careful here, building tension without rushing, allowing viewers to become invested in the characters and their struggles. Musically, the first half showcases some of the film's best original songs and performances, which are not only thrilling to watch but also serve as narrative tools. The lyrics often contain hidden meanings related to the group's mission and the larger battle between light and darkness. The choreography is crafted to look beautiful and purposeful, with each move reflecting a deeper magical significance. These sequences are not just filler but essential to understanding the world the film creates. Visually, the contrast between the bright, polished world of K-pop and the dark, gritty supernatural elements is striking. The filmmakers used lighting, color, and camera movement to emphasize this duality. Concert scenes are vibrant and colorful, full of life and energy, while the demon battles take place in shadows and dimly lit spaces, evoking mystery and danger. This visual storytelling reinforces the theme of two worlds colliding and the difficulty of maintaining balance. The growing conflict reaches a major turning point when a key member of the group faces a personal attack from a powerful demon. This moment raises the stakes and deepens the emotional tension. It forces the group to unite more tightly and confront not only the external enemy but also their own fears and doubts. The bond between the members becomes a central theme, showing that their strength comes not just from their powers but from their trust and friendship. By the midpoint of the film, the audience is fully immersed in Ether's world, a world where music, magic, and danger intertwine. The first half leaves viewers eager to see how the story will unfold, what secrets will be revealed, and how the group will overcome the challenges ahead. The balance of thrilling action, heartfelt character moments, and mysterious hints ensures that every moment feels important and drives the story forward. K-Pop Demon Hunters uses this first half to set up a powerful narrative foundation. It introduces characters you care about, mysteries you want solved, and a unique universe where the stakes are both personal and epic. The story's tension builds steadily, drawing you deeper into a journey that promises to be as emotional as it is exciting. With its perfect blend of pop culture and supernatural fantasy, the movie invites everyone to look beyond the surface and discover the hidden battles fought in the shadows. As K-Pop Demon Hunters moves into its second half, the stakes rise dramatically, and every secret, every tension built earlier, begins to explode into full force. The story accelerates with heart-pounding intensity, pulling the audience deeper into Ether's fight to save not only themselves but the countless fans unknowingly caught in the battle between light and darkness. The film keeps us on edge with twists and revelations that challenge everything we thought we knew, while also delivering powerful emotional payoffs. The first major development in this section comes as Ether learns that the demonic threat is far more organized and personal than anyone realized. The shadowy figure glimpsed earlier finally reveals himself as Kale, a former hunter who turned rogue and now commands a legion of powerful demons. Kale's motivation is complex, driven by bitterness over being cast out and a desire to control the energy generated by K-pop fandoms, which he believes will grant him ultimate power. His return raises the tension immediately, forcing the group to face a foe with intimate knowledge of their skills and weaknesses. Meanwhile, the band's internal struggles come to a head. Flame's fiery spirit ignites conflict with Raven more than once, their clashing personalities threatening to tear the group apart at a time when unity is crucial. These conflicts are not just personal quarrels but symbolize the larger struggle between control and freedom, order and passion, that the film explores. Lux steps up as a calming influence, trying to bridge gaps while dealing with her own doubts about whether she can live up to expectations. Shade, whose shadows have always hidden his pain, finally begins to open up to the others, revealing pieces of his tragic past and gaining deeper trust. One of the film's most gripping moments occurs when the group uncovers the full extent of the record label's dark pact with demons. It turns out the executives had been siphoning fan energy and trading it to demons for success, creating a corrupt cycle feeding the very forces threatening the world. This betrayal cuts deep, forcing Ether to confront not only external enemies, but the systems that helped create them. Aura, their mentor, reveals that breaking this cycle will require a dangerous ritual, one that risks the lives of all involved but could sever the link between the human world and the demons forever. The tension builds as the group embarks on a quest to gather ancient artifacts needed for the ritual. This journey takes them beyond the glittering stages and into forgotten temples, dark forests, and hidden corners of the city, enriching the world building and deepening the mythological layers of the story. Along the way, they face not just demons but tests of character and trust. Each member must confront their fears, regrets, and hopes, making these sequences not only action-packed but emotionally resonant. The screenplay uses these moments to explore themes of redemption, sacrifice, and the true meaning of family. Meanwhile, Kale's forces launch attacks that grow bolder and more destructive. The group suffers losses and near defeats, heightening the sense of danger. The film expertly balances the action with quieter scenes where characters reflect on what they're fighting for. Lux shares a moving conversation with Raven about identity and the price of leadership, while Shade and Flame's reconciliation is a highlight of growth and forgiveness. These personal moments add emotional depth, ensuring the stakes feel human and relatable. The climactic sequence begins as Ether returns to Seoul for their world tour finale, the biggest concert yet. This event is the perfect battleground, tens of thousands of fans, a stage filled with light and music, and the looming presence of Kale and his army. The tension is palpable as the group prepares for a final confrontation where everything is on the line. The film cleverly blends the concert's energy with the supernatural battle, making the music and choreography a lifeline for both the performers and their fans. During the concert, Kale unleashes his full power, summoning massive demonic creatures that threaten to destroy everything. The group fights fiercely, their combined talents creating a dazzling spectacle of light, fire, shadow, and sound. Each member plays a crucial role, their powers synchronized like never before. Raven's leadership shines, orchestrating both the battle and the performance with precision. Flames roar brighter than ever, Lux's light blinds and shields, Shade's shadows confuse and trap enemies, and the other members bring their own magic to bear. It's a breathtaking display that leaves the audience in the film, and watching the film, awestruck. But the battle takes a personal turn when Kale reveals a devastating secret. He was once part of their order and knows the group's vulnerabilities intimately. He challenges Raven directly, forcing a duel that tests not just strength but willpower and belief. This confrontation is the emotional heart of the climax, layered with past regrets and the fight for redemption. Their battle moves from the stage to the rooftops, mixing physical combat with spiritual struggle and culminating in a moment of sacrifice that changes everything. At the same time, Aura and the rest of the group perform the dangerous ritual back at the concert venue, trying to sever the demonic connection once and for all. The tension here is sky-high, as any mistake could doom them all. The ritual sequences are beautifully filmed, with glowing runes, chanting, and symbolic gestures that highlight the film's rich mythology. This parallel action adds suspense and a sense of urgency to the final scenes. The resolution is both thrilling and satisfying. Raven's sacrifice weakens Kale, allowing the ritual to succeed and banish the demons. The film doesn't shy away from the cost. There is loss and pain, but also hope and renewal. The survivors are forever changed, their bond stronger and their purpose clearer. The final moments show Ether stepping back onto a world stage, not just as idols but as protectors, ready to face whatever comes next. This ending perfectly ties together the themes of identity, sacrifice, and the power of unity. Throughout the second half, the film masterfully connects all the threads introduced earlier. The personal struggles, the larger conspiracy, the mythology, and the spectacular battles all come together in a way that feels natural and earned. Each character's arc reaches a meaningful conclusion, while still leaving room for future stories in this rich universe. The pacing keeps viewers hooked, balancing moments of quiet reflection with breathtaking action and emotional highs. K-Pop Demon Hunters proves with the second half that it's more than just a flashy concept. It's a deeply engaging story about finding strength in darkness and the power of music to bring people together. The twists and turns keep you guessing, but it's the emotional journeys of the characters that stay with you long after the final scene. From the moment K-Pop Demon Hunters opens, the characters invite us into a world where every performance is more than entertainment. It's a battle for survival, identity, and meaning. The 7 members of Ether are not just idols but complex individuals shaped by their pasts, powers, and the immense pressure of living double lives. Their journeys are the heartbeat of the film, and it's through their motivations and transformations that the story truly resonates. Raven, the leader of Ether, is a quietly powerful force from the start. His calm, measured presence masks a deep internal conflict. He carries the legacy of his family's ancient role as protectors against demons, a responsibility he never asked for but embraces with solemn dedication. Raven's motivation stems from a desire to shield both his group and the world from harm, but this duty weighs heavily on him. His transformation throughout the movie is subtle but profound. He moves from a distant, almost solitary figure to someone who learns to trust and lean on his friends. His leadership is tested in moments of crisis, especially in the face of Kale, the rogue hunter who once shared Raven's path but chose darkness. The actor's performance brings Raven to life with restrained intensity, using small gestures and sharp eyes to convey a man always on edge yet fiercely committed. Raven's growth is not just about power but about finding balance between the burden of responsibility and the need for connection. Flame, the group's main dancer, bursts onto the screen with a fiery energy that perfectly matches her supernatural gift, control over actual flames. Her passionate personality drives much of the group's dynamic tension. At first, Flame is impulsive, brash, and often clashing with Raven's reserved style. She resents being controlled or told what to do, and her motivations come from a deep need to prove herself, not just as an idol but as a warrior. The film uses her fiery nature both literally and metaphorically, showing how her flames can warm or burn. As the story progresses, Flame's transformation is about learning discipline and channeling her passion for the greater good. The actress's dance sequences stand out, blending athleticism with emotional expression. Each fiery spin and leap feels charged with both beauty and danger, making Flame's power tangible and thrilling. Her journey is one of maturity, learning to trust her team and control the wild force inside her. Lux, the visual and rapper, embodies light, both in her supernatural ability to manipulate it and in her role within the group. She struggles with the pressures of perfection imposed by the K-pop industry and her own fear of failure. Lux's motivation is tied to a desire for acceptance and self-worth, which makes her vulnerable but also deeply relatable. Throughout the film, she battles exhaustion and the constant gaze of fans and media while keeping a brave face. Her transformation is about embracing imperfection and realizing that her true strength lies not in flawless performances but in authenticity. The actress playing Lux delivers a nuanced performance, balancing dazzling stage charisma with quiet moments of doubt and hope. Her light-based powers are choreographed to complement her rap verses, adding layers to her role and making her both a literal and figurative beacon in the group. Shade, the youngest member, brings a playful and mischievous spirit, but underneath lies a heartbreaking backstory. Orphaned by a demon attack, Shade hides his trauma behind jokes and shadows, literally and figuratively. His motivation stems from a need to belong and to protect others from suffering the way he did. Shade's power to manipulate shadows is both a weapon and a shield, reflecting his struggle with darkness inside and out. His transformation is the most emotionally charged. He moves from isolation and pain toward healing and trust. The actor's performance captures this beautifully, with moments of levity offset by raw vulnerability. Shade's journey reminds viewers that even in darkness, there is hope and light waiting to break through. Aura, the group's mentor and producer, serves as the grounding force. Wise, patient, and deeply knowledgeable about the ancient magic that underpins their fight. She is more than just a guide. She's a mother figure and a guardian of secrets. Aura's motivations are rooted in duty and love. She understands the cost of their mission better than anyone. Her transformation is subtle but crucial, as she shifts from observer to active participant, taking risks to protect her charges. The actress brings a calm authority to Aura, her presence on screen a soothing counterbalance to the chaos around her. Aura's role reminds us that wisdom and experience are just as vital as power and passion in any fight. Beyond these central figures, the supporting characters enrich the story's emotional landscape. Miko, the group's keyboardist, brings a quiet strength and technical skill that balances the more explosive personalities. Her intelligence and calm under pressure make her an indispensable part of the team. Though less spotlighted in the film, Miko's moments reveal a steady loyalty and deep understanding of the stakes. Her relationship with Shade is especially touching, offering him a rare safe space to express himself. The actress's subtle performance conveys layers of thoughtfulness, highlighting that heroism often comes in quiet forms. Then there's Kai, the group's vocalist, whose smooth voice masks a fierce determination. Kai struggles with the tension between fame and his secret identity as a hunter. His motivation revolves around protecting those he loves without sacrificing his dreams. His arc includes moments of doubt and courage, showing how even the strongest can falter and rise again. The actor's vocal performances are a highlight, adding emotional weight to scenes of vulnerability and resolve. Finally, there is June, the group's main rapper and the newest member, whose journey is about proving himself and finding his place. June's motivation is deeply tied to belonging and self-discovery. His transformation unfolds as he earns the trust of the others and steps into his role as a protector. The performance blends youthful energy with moments of serious reflection, capturing the uncertainty and hope of someone stepping into a larger world. The interactions between all these characters form the emotional core of K-pop Demon Hunters. Their conflicts, friendships, and growth are interwoven with the supernatural plot, making the stakes feel personal and real. The film's performances are key to this. as each actor brings not just skill but heart to their roles. The choreography, music, and special effects amplify these portrayals, turning fights into dances and songs into spells. This seamless blend makes the characters unforgettable, not just as heroes but as people. The antagonist, Kale, deserves special mention. His story is tragic and complex, making him more than just a villain. Once a respected hunter and friend, his fall from grace is motivated by betrayal and anger. Kale's bitterness fuels his desire for power and revenge, making him a dark mirror to Raven. The actor playing Kale embodies this torment with charisma and menace, creating a compelling foe whose actions force the heroes to confront their own fears and failures. His presence adds layers of tension and emotional weight, elevating the film beyond a simple good versus evil story. Each character's journey is tied to the film's themes of identity, sacrifice, and unity. They remind us that strength comes not just from power but from trust and love. As Ether battles demons and corrupt systems, they also fight personal demons, fear, doubt, loneliness. Their growth shows that even in the harshest battles, hope and friendship can shine brightest. In sum, K-Pop Demon Hunters is as much about its characters as it is about its thrilling plot and dazzling visuals. The carefully crafted arcs and heartfelt performances bring depth and soul to a story that could easily have been just flashy spectacle. Instead, it becomes a moving exploration of what it means to be human, to face darkness, and to find light in the most unexpected places. This rich character tapestry invites viewers to not only watch but to feel and remember, making the film a standout in both the K-pop and fantasy genres. That beneath the dazzling lights and electrifying performances lies a rich web of hidden details and subtle references. These layers add a unique texture to the movie, rewarding viewers who watch closely and rewatch to catch every whisper of meaning woven into its fabric. What might initially seem like mere background or stylistic choices reveal themselves as clever nods to K-pop culture, mythology, and the movie's own unfolding story. One of the first subtle details appears in the choreography of Ether's debut performance. The moves are not random. They're inspired by ancient gestures used in Korean shamanistic rituals. The hand signs and footwork mirror those seen in traditional ceremonies meant to ward off evil spirits. This clever blending of modern dance and ancient magic sets the tone for the entire movie, showing how the group's powers are deeply connected to Korea's cultural roots. It's a subtle but brilliant way of grounding the fantasy elements in real-world tradition. The film's color palette also holds symbolic significance. Early scenes frequently bathe the cityscape in shades of neon blue and violet, colors associated with mystery and the supernatural in Korean folklore. This choice isn't accidental. It foreshadows the dark forces lurking beneath the surface of the glamorous K-pop industry. Later, during the ritual sequences, warmer tones like gold and crimson dominate, symbolizing hope, sacrifice, and rebirth. These color shifts subtly guide the audience's emotions, linking visual aesthetics to the story's deeper themes. Several costume details serve as Easter eggs for fans familiar with K-pop history. For example, Flame's signature flame pattern jacket is a nod to a famous 1990s idol group known for their fiery stage presence. Similarly, Lux's use of light-based powers and her outfit's gleaming design subtly references one of Korea's most beloved solo artists, known for her dazzling light shows during concerts. These nods deepen the movie's connection to the real K-pop world, blending fiction with homage. Music, of course, plays a central role, and the soundtrack itself hides clever callbacks. The opening track of Ether's concert is layered with samples from traditional Korean instruments like the Gaejeum and Jangu, mixed seamlessly with modern beats. This fusion mirrors the movie's theme of combining ancient powers with contemporary culture. Fans who recognize these instruments will appreciate the respect and thoughtfulness behind the composition, which bridges past and present in sound. Dialogue throughout the film is sprinkled with subtle foreshadowing. For instance, early conversations between Raven and Aura include phrases about shadows holding the truth and light that blinds before it reveals. These lines seem cryptic at first but gain new meaning after Shade's transformation and Lux's moments of self-acceptance. This clever writing invites viewers to pay attention, rewarding those who recall these hints when the story's twists unfold. The character of Kale is layered with symbolic detail too. His signature weapon, a a blackened staff topped with a broken phoenix feather, symbolizes his fall from grace and shattered past. The phoenix, traditionally a symbol of rebirth and immortality, contrasts sharply with Kale's bitterness and descent into darkness. This imagery enriches his role as a tragic antagonist and subtly suggests that his story could have ended differently, had choices gone another way. In the group's rehearsal spaces, walls are adorned with graffiti and posters referencing famous K-pop hits and artists. One poster, partially visible in several scenes, features a fictional band named Celestial 9, a clever Easter egg referencing the 9 members who originally started the idea for Ether before some left or disappeared. This detail hints at deeper layers of story outside the movie, inviting fans to imagine the world beyond the screen. The film also plays with visual foreshadowing through reflections and shadows. In a pivotal early scene, Shade's shadow is shown behaving independently, moving slightly differently from him, which subtly hints at his special powers and hidden pain. Later, this motif expands during battle sequences where shadows seem to whisper secrets or guide the heroes. It's a poetic touch that connects character emotions with supernatural elements, enriching the narrative without needing overt explanation. A particularly clever Easter egg appears during the final concert's light show. The choreography includes patterns that, when viewed from above, form traditional Korean symbols for protection and unity. These symbols are often overlooked but offer a beautiful message. Even in chaos, there is harmony and strength when people come together. This hidden design ties into the film's climax, reinforcing its themes through pure visual artistry. The ritual scene brims with symbolic details that reward viewers who study the runes and gestures. The glowing symbols are based on Hangul characters combined with ancient sigils, blending linguistic and mystical traditions. Each character's movement in the ritual corresponds to an element: fire, water, earth, air, light, shadow, that reflects their personality and power. This choreography isn't just aesthetic. It encodes the film's core message about balance and cooperation, illustrating how each member's strength complements the others. Even minor characters and props contain thoughtful touches. For example, the antique pocket watch carried by Aura once belonged to her mentor, a character only briefly mentioned but key to the group's lineage. This watch appears in several scenes, symbolizing the passage of time and the weight of legacy. It ticks quietly in moments of tension, reminding the audience that the past is never far from the present. The film's use of technology is another layer worth exploring. The holographic screens and advanced stage tech aren't just futuristic visuals. They subtly parallel the dual realities the characters live in. The bright, controlled lights of the stage contrast with the unpredictable, chaotic forces they battle off-stage. This visual duality underlines the film's exploration of identity, the masks idols wear, and the truths hidden beneath. Throughout K-pop Demon Hunters, there are recurring motifs involving eyes and vision. Characters frequently wear contact lenses with unique designs during performances, symbolizing clarity or deception. For instance, Raven's sharp, clear gaze contrasts with Kale's darkened eyes, hinting at their moral divides. These visual cues invite viewers to consider who truly sees the truth in a world full of illusions. Subtle cultural references also enrich the story. The film nods to Korean folklore creatures like the Gwizin, ghost, and Dakibi, goblin, often hinted at in background art or whispered in dialogue. These creatures' traditional roles as both mischievous and protective spirits parallel the film's demon hunters' complex fight between destruction and salvation. Such references deepen the film's mythological layers, connecting modern fantasy with ancient stories. Even the film's title, K-pop Demon Hunters, carries symbolic weight. It's not just a catchy phrase but an invitation to consider the demons, both literal and metaphorical, that lurk beneath the polished surface of fame and fandom. This layered meaning is reflected in every hidden detail, encouraging viewers to look beyond the spectacle to the deeper struggles within. In short, K-pop Demon Hunters is a treasure trove of subtle artistry, packed with details that enhance the story's richness without ever feeling forced. These elements invite viewers to become detectives, piecing together clues that deepen understanding and appreciation. Each hidden reference or symbol adds a brushstroke to the film's vibrant canvas, transforming it from just an action-packed fantasy into a thoughtful celebration of culture, identity, and the power of unity. For those willing to look closely, every scene offers something new. A whispered hint, a visual metaphor, or a musical callback that makes each viewing an adventure. This thoughtful layering of hidden gems is part of what has made the film a beloved cultural phenomenon, inspiring fan theories, discussions, and countless rewatch sessions. It proves that sometimes the most powerful stories are those told not just on the surface but in the spaces between, waiting patiently for those who seek them out. The making of K-pop Demon Hunters is almost as thrilling and complex as the story it tells on screen. From the very start, this film pushed boundaries and defied expectations, both in its ambitious vision and the unusual challenges the cast and crew faced. Behind the dazzling lights and flawless choreography lies a fascinating tale of creativity, perseverance, and moments that fans might never guess. Exploring these behind-the-scenes stories reveals how much passion and struggle went into crafting a film that has captivated audiences worldwide. One of the strangest challenges came early in production, during the filming of Ether's debut concert scene. The sequence was designed to feel like a real K-pop concert with thousands of screaming fans, pyrotechnics, and live choreography. However, because of tight budgets and scheduling conflicts, the production team had to get creative. Instead of a massive crowd, the filmmakers used a small group of extras, then digitally multiplied them to create the illusion of a packed arena. But here's the catch. The actors playing Ether had to perform the entire routine multiple times, sometimes over 10 takes, with the extras cycling in and out to keep the energy fresh. This meant grueling hours under hot stage lights, performing the same precise moves again and again, which tested their stamina and focus. Adding to this challenge was the complexity of the choreography itself. The film's dance sequences blend traditional Korean gestures with fast-paced, modern K-pop moves, requiring the cast to master an entirely new style. Many of the actors came from diverse backgrounds, and a few had never danced professionally before. They underwent intense training with some of Seoul's top choreographers, who also doubled as cultural consultants to ensure authenticity. This fusion of dance styles created a unique challenge. Performers had to switch seamlessly between delicate, ritualistic movements and explosive, high-energy choreography. Several cast members later admitted that certain sequences felt like a workout for both mind and body, but their dedication paid off, delivering performances that audiences praised for their originality and power. One particularly unusual filming fact involves the use of real fire during flame scenes. The filmmakers insisted on practical effects to give the flames authenticity and intensity rather than relying entirely on CGI. The actress playing Flame trained extensively with professional fire handlers to safely perform with controlled flames on set. Despite all precautions, there were tense moments during filming when wind gusts threatened to spread sparks, or when the actress's costume briefly caught smoldering embers. These moments caused delays but also added a raw energy that CGI couldn't replicate. The decision to use real fire was risky but ultimately became one of the film's signature features, lending the characters' powers an unforgettable realism. Behind the camera, the director's vision was a driving force of innovation, but not without controversy. Known for blending genres and pushing cultural boundaries, the director initially faced resistance from some producers and investors who worried the film might be too niche or experimental for mainstream success. One sticking point was the movie's blending of K-pop with fantasy demon hunting, a mix some feared might confuse audiences. The director fought hard to keep the film's unique tone, insisting that the combination was what made the story fresh and compelling. This creative tension led to passionate discussions during pre-production, shaping a final product that felt bold and original. It's a reminder that great art often comes from challenging the status quo. Cast chemistry was another fascinating story. The actors playing Ether were carefully selected not just for their individual talents, but for their ability to work as a close-knit team. Before filming began, the director organized a retreat where the cast spent weeks living together, training, and bonding. This experience was meant to build genuine relationships that would translate into believable on-screen dynamics. Interestingly, some of the tensions seen in the film, like the rivalry between Raven and Flame, were inspired by real disagreements during rehearsals, later turned into compelling drama by the director. The cast has mentioned in interviews that these conflicts, while difficult at times, actually strengthened their performances and helped them understand their characters more deeply. A lesser-known trivia piece involves the film's soundtrack, which was composed by a team blending Korean traditional instruments with modern electronic music. The composers traveled to remote villages in Korea to record authentic sounds of ancient instruments, integrating these samples into the tracks. However, syncing these organic sounds with futuristic beats proved technically challenging, causing many sleepless nights in the studio. The composers had to invent new techniques to blend these contrasting elements smoothly, creating a unique soundscape that perfectly matched the film's fusion of past and present. This painstaking work behind the scenes added a rich layer to the movie's atmosphere, making the music feel alive and deeply connected to Korean culture. Several cast members have shared amusing anecdotes from the shoot. For example, the actor who played Shade once accidentally triggered a special effects explosion during rehearsal, causing everyone on set to jump in surprise. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but the incident became a running joke among the crew. Similarly, the actress playing Lux recalled how, during one late-night shoot, the entire cast stayed up joking and sharing stories to keep energy levels high despite exhaustion. These moments of camaraderie helped the team push through demanding schedules and long hours, showing the human side behind the polished performances. The film's special effects team also deserves praise for overcoming unusual hurdles. One memorable challenge involved creating the shadow manipulation sequences for Shade. The original plan was to use entirely CGI-generated shadows, but the director insisted on incorporating practical effects for authenticity. The team experimented with lighting setups, mirrors, and shadow puppetry, blending these with digital effects to create hauntingly beautiful visuals. This hybrid approach was time-consuming and required constant coordination between departments, but resulted in shadows that felt tangible and alive, enhancing the emotional impact of Shade scenes. A surprising controversy surfaced after the film's release, revolving around the portrayal of the K-pop industry. While many praised the movie for its respectful homage to idol culture, a few insiders criticized it for exposing the darker side of fame too openly. Some former idols and industry professionals spoke out, saying the film's depiction of intense pressure, exploitation, and mental health struggles hit too close to home. This sparked widespread discussion in media and fan communities, with debates about how much art should reveal about real-world issues. The filmmakers welcomed the conversation, stating their intent was to spark empathy and awareness rather than criticism. The makeup and costume departments worked closely to develop looks that balanced fantasy with the polished aesthetic expected in K-pop. One quirky behind-the-scenes fact is that many costumes were inspired. One of the most heartwarming behind-the-scenes stories involves the film's dedication to mental health awareness. During filming, several cast members shared personal struggles with anxiety and exhaustion caused by the intense demands of their roles. The production team responded by hiring mental health professionals on set to provide support and counseling. This progressive approach was unusual for a big production in Korea and set a new standard for care within the industry. The actors have since spoken openly about how this support made a huge difference, allowing them to bring their best to the film while taking care of themselves. Even the post-production process had its own share of unusual tales. The editing team worked in shifts around the clock to meet tight deadlines, often fueled by late-night snacks and caffeine. There's a famous story of one editor who accidentally deleted an entire day's worth of footage, causing a panic that was only resolved after a frantic search recovered backup files. This incident became legendary among the crew, reminding everyone of the high stakes and pressures behind the scenes. In terms of casting, some roles went through surprising changes. For example, the character of June was originally envisioned as an older, more experienced member, but after additions, the creative team decided a younger actor would bring fresh energy and relatability. This shift affected the group's dynamics and even led to rewriting some scenes to better suit the actor's style. Such flexibility in casting and storytelling showed the filmmakers' willingness to adapt and evolve the story based on real-time discoveries. The film's release itself was marked by unexpected events. Due to overwhelming demand, many theaters in South Korea added extra screenings, some even running late into the night. Fans organized flash mobs and special viewing parties, transforming the movie's launch into a cultural event. Behind the scenes, the marketing team worked tirelessly to manage this excitement, sometimes struggling to keep up with the rapid spread of fan content on social media. This organic enthusiasm was a testament to the film's impact and the connection it forged with audiences. Finally, the production's environmental efforts deserve mention. Conscious of the film industry's ecological footprint, the team implemented several green initiatives, such as using recycled materials for sets and costumes and minimizing waste during shoots. This eco-friendly mindset was unusual for a major production in the region and earned the film additional respect from critics and fans alike. In conclusion, the story behind K-pop Demon Hunters is a tale of creative passion, technical innovation, and heartfelt dedication. The cast and crew navigated unexpected challenges, from intense choreography and real fire to industry debates and mental health support. With resilience and care, these behind-the-scenes stories reveal a world where art meets reality, where every choice, no matter how strange or small, shaped the film's unforgettable magic. For fans, knowing these details enriches the viewing experience, turning every scene into a celebration not just of fantasy but of the incredible people who brought it to life. K-pop Demon Hunters isn't just a film about dazzling performances and epic battles. It's a carefully crafted story where each key moment carries emotional weight and thematic depth that resonates long after the credits roll. From the very start, the film balances high-energy spectacle with intimate character moments, creating scenes that connect on multiple levels, capturing viewers' hearts while pushing the narrative forward. These moments aren't just visually stunning. They are the soul of the film, revealing its true meaning and inviting audiences to reflect on larger ideas about identity, friendship, and sacrifice. One of the film's most impactful scenes comes early, when the group Ether performs their first public concert. On the surface, it's a breathtaking showcase of choreography, music, and visual effects. The crowd's roar, the flashing lights, and the flawless synchronization create a thrilling spectacle that immediately pulls viewers in. But beneath that spectacle lies a deeper emotional current. Each member's expression hints at nerves, hopes, and the weight of expectations. For example, Lux's slight hesitation before stepping into the spotlight reveals her inner struggle with self-doubt, even as the world sees only a confident idol. This scene sets the tone for the film, reminding audiences that behind every glamorous moment is a personal story of vulnerability and courage. It's a celebration of dreams but also a realistic portrayal of the pressure idols face. This opening concert also introduces the film's central theme of duality, between light and shadow, public persona and private self, power and responsibility. The stage is literally and figuratively a place of illumination, but shadows lurk just beyond the spotlight, hinting at darker forces the characters must confront. Audience reactions to this scene often highlight its emotional impact. Many viewers say they felt the excitement of a real K-pop concert combined with a subtle undercurrent of tension, perfectly capturing the film's unique blend of genres. Another key moment comes in the scene where Shade reveals his true powers to the group. Up until this point, Shade is portrayed as somewhat distant and mysterious, hinting at a troubled past. When he finally embraces his shadow abilities, the film shifts dramatically in tone. The visuals become darker, with swirling shadows and dramatic lighting that emphasize the character's internal conflict. This scene is emotionally charged, not just for the display of power but for what it signifies about Shade's acceptance of himself. The performance of the actor here is crucial. Subtle changes in expression, from fear to determination, make this reveal deeply moving. Thematically, it touches on ideas of self-acceptance and the dangers of repression. It shows how embracing all parts of oneself, even the dark or hidden aspects, is necessary for growth and strength. The group's bond is tested in a powerful confrontation scene midway through the film, where personal conflicts come to a head. Flame and Raven clash, their rivalry fueled by past betrayals and conflicting ideals. The intensity of their fight is matched by the raw emotions underlying it: anger, hurt, and a desperate desire for understanding. What makes this scene special is how it blends physical action with character development. The choreography reflects their personalities. Flame's fiery, aggressive style contrasts with Raven's precise, calculated moves. The dialogue is sharp but layered with unspoken feelings, making it clear that this fight is as much about healing old wounds as it is about defeating an enemy. Audience responses to this scene often mention feeling the heartbreak behind the anger, making the characters' reconciliation later in the film even more satisfying. This moment also emphasizes one of the film's central messages, that true strength comes from unity and forgiveness. By allowing their characters to be flawed and vulnerable, the filmmakers create a more authentic and relatable story. This depth is a big part of why K-pop Demon Hunters has resonated so strongly with viewers, setting it apart from typical action or fantasy films. The film's visual storytelling reaches new heights during the ritual scene where the group combines their powers. This sequence is a masterpiece of cinematography and special effects. Each character's elemental abilities are showcased through stunning visuals. Flames dancing around flame, shimmering light from Lux, shifting shadows around shade, all merging into a vibrant tapestry of color and motion. But beyond the spectacle, this scene carries significant thematic weight. It symbolizes the importance of balance and collaboration. Each character's unique strength complements the others, showing that only together can they overcome the darkness threatening their world. What makes this ritual scene especially memorable is its pacing and emotional buildup. The quiet moments before the action, glances exchanged, steadying breaths, a shared nod, create a sense of anticipation and trust. When the powers finally unite, it feels like a triumphant crescendo, not just of magic but of friendship and shared purpose. This scene often draws praise for how it visually and emotionally encapsulates the film's core themes. The climax of the film is another pivotal moment packed with emotional and narrative significance. The battle between Ether and Kale is not just a fight but a confrontation of ideologies and personal histories. Kale's character represents bitterness and loss, while Ether embodies hope and renewal. The choreography and effects are breathtaking, but what truly makes this climax special is the emotional stakes. The tension between characters, the sacrifices made, and the final moments of redemption all combine to create a powerful resolution. The performances here are key. The actors bring layers of emotion to their roles, making the stakes feel real and urgent. For instance, Lux's decision to risk everything to save Shade is a turning point that showcases her growth from a hesitant newcomer to a courageous leader. The camera lingers on subtle expressions, fear, determination, hope, that deepen the scene's impact. Viewers often describe this finale as both heart-wrenching and uplifting, a perfect balance that leaves a lasting impression. Throughout the film, smaller but no less significant moments contribute to its emotional richness. Quiet scenes of camaraderie, like the group sharing a meal or comforting each other after a tough fight, humanize the characters and build empathy. These moments provide necessary breathing space between the intense action, allowing the audience to connect with the characters as real people, not just heroes. This balance of action and quiet reflection is a big part of the film's storytelling success. The film's use of symbolism also deserves attention. For example, the recurring motif of mirrors and reflections highlights themes of identity and self-perception. Characters often confront their reflections in moments of doubt or transformation, visually representing their inner journeys. These scenes encourage viewers to think about how appearances can deceive and how true strength comes from within. This subtle symbolism enriches the narrative without overwhelming the story, showing the filmmaker's skill in layering meaning. Audience reactions to K-pop Demon Hunters reveal how these key moments shape the overall experience. Many viewers cite specific scenes: the debut concert, Shade's reveal, the ritual, the final battle, as unforgettable highlights. But beyond individual moments, it's the emotional journey these scenes create together that leaves a lasting impact. The film invites audiences to feel the characters' struggles, triumphs, and growth, making the story resonate on a personal level. Critics have praised the film for its thoughtful pacing and emotional complexity. Unlike many action-heavy films that sacrifice character for spectacle, K-pop Demon Hunters weaves both seamlessly. The key scenes are carefully structured to build tension and release it through moments of connection and understanding. This approach keeps viewers engaged throughout, balancing excitement with emotional depth. The film's cultural significance also enhances these key moments. By grounding fantasy elements in Korean culture and K-pop aesthetics, the story gains additional layers of meaning. Fans familiar with K-pop recognize references and symbols that deepen their appreciation. Meanwhile, viewers new to the genre find a compelling story about friendship, identity, and courage. This cross-cultural appeal broadens the film's impact and makes its key scenes resonate with diverse audiences. In the end, K-pop Demon Hunters succeeds because of its ability to blend spectacle with heart. Its most impactful scenes aren't just about what happens but how they make the audience feel. They invite viewers into a world where light and shadow coexist, where strength is found in vulnerability, and where the bonds between people can overcome even the darkest demons. Watching these moments unfold is like experiencing a roller coaster of emotions. Exhilaration, sadness, hope, and joy, all crafted with care and intention. This emotional richness transforms the film from mere entertainment into a meaningful journey, one that lingers in the mind and heart long after the screen goes dark. K-pop Demon Hunters is much more than a thrilling spectacle of music, magic, and battles. Its power lies in the way it balances action-packed moments with emotionally charged scenes that reveal deep truths about its characters and themes. Each key scene feels carefully designed not just to impress visually, but to connect on a personal level with the audience. This blend of spectacle and soul is what turns the film from simple entertainment into an unforgettable journey. As the story unfolds, certain moments stand out, scenes that resonate because of their emotional depth, narrative importance, and the way they invite viewers to reflect on the film's larger messages. From the very beginning, the opening concert scene sets the tone for everything to come. It's a dazzling display of energy, color, and synchronized dance that immediately grabs the viewer's attention. But beneath the bright lights and roaring crowd, the scene carries subtle emotional weight. Watching Lux, Raven, Flame, Shade, and June step onto the stage, the audience senses their hopes and fears. Lux's brief moment of hesitation before launching into the performance hints at her internal struggles, making her more relatable and human. This introduction does more than showcase their talents. It introduces the theme of duality that runs throughout the film, the contrast between the dazzling public image and the hidden personal battles each character faces. This opening moment resonates emotionally because it shows the cost of fame and the courage it takes to step into the spotlight. Many viewers shared that they felt the excitement of a real K-pop concert but also sensed a tension underneath, as if danger or challenges were lurking just beyond the stage. This dual feeling creates a tension that carries throughout the movie, reminding audiences that behind every dazzling moment is a story of vulnerability and sacrifice. Another deeply impactful scene is the reveal of Shade's powers. Up until this point, Shade's quiet and brooding presence hints at something mysterious. When he finally embraces his shadow manipulation abilities, it is a turning point not only for him but for the entire story. The scene's dark, swirling visuals create a striking contrast to the earlier brightness, symbolizing Shade's acceptance of the parts of himself he had hidden or feared. The actor's performance here is subtle but powerful. His face shifting from fear to determination reveals a deep internal struggle. This moment explores the film's theme of self-acceptance, showing that acknowledging all aspects of ourselves, even the dark or difficult parts, is necessary for true strength. For the audience, this scene is more than a fantasy spectacle. It invites viewers to think about their own hidden fears or insecurities and the courage it takes to confront them. Critics have noted how this blend of fantasy and psychological insight elevates the film beyond typical action fare, adding emotional complexity that keeps viewers engaged on a deeper level. Midway through the story, tension between characters reaches a new height in the confrontation between Flame and Raven. Their rivalry is not just about power but about trust, betrayal, and conflicting values. This fight scene is charged with raw emotion, showing anger and hurt that go beyond the surface. The choreography here tells a story in itself. Flame's fiery, impulsive moves contrast sharply with Raven's precise, calculated strikes, reflecting their personalities and inner conflicts. What makes this scene special is how it balances thrilling action with emotional storytelling. The fight becomes a way for the characters to express feelings they can't put into words, turning physical combat into emotional catharsis. Audience reactions to this moment often highlight the heartbreak beneath the anger. Many viewers felt torn between the characters, understanding both sides and hoping for reconciliation. This emotional complexity makes the eventual healing between Flame and Raven feel earned and deeply satisfying. It also reinforces the film's message that even the strongest people have vulnerabilities and that forgiveness is key to growth and unity. The ritual scene where the team combines their powers stands out as a visual and emotional highlight. Each character's elemental abilities, fire, light, shadow, and more, are showcased with stunning effects that symbolize their individual strengths. But more importantly, this moment illustrates the theme of unity. The characters, despite their differences and past conflicts, come together, pooling their strengths to fight a common enemy. The build-up to this moment, the quiet glances, the steadying breaths, creates a sense of trust and shared purpose that makes the eventual power surge feel like a celebration of friendship and teamwork. This scene often receives praise for its pacing and emotional resonance. It's not just a flashy special effect sequence but a narrative turning point that shows how collaboration and balance can overcome darkness. Fans have noted how the scene's beauty lies not only in its visuals but in the feelings it evokes: hope, connection, and the power of coming together. The film's climax, the final battle between Ether and the antagonist Kale, brings all the story's emotional and thematic threads to a head. This showdown is not just a fight scene. It's a confrontation between ideals: Kale's bitterness and desire for revenge versus Ether's hope and willingness to protect others. The choreography and effects create a breathtaking spectacle, but the heart of the scene lies in the characters' personal stakes. Lux's choice to risk everything to save Shade highlights her growth and commitment, turning the climax into a story of sacrifice and redemption. The actors' performances here add layers of meaning. Subtle facial expressions and body language convey fear, resolve, and hope, making the scene feel deeply personal despite its epic scale. Audience members often say they were on the edge of their seats, not just because of the action, but because they cared deeply about the characters' fates. The emotional tension makes the resolution all the more impactful, leaving viewers with a sense of closure and inspiration. Throughout the film, quieter moments provide necessary emotional depth and balance. Scenes where the group shares a meal or comforts each other after a battle offer glimpses of their humanity beyond their powers. These moments create empathy and make the characters feel real and relatable. They also give the audience time to breathe and reflect between the intense action sequences. This ebb and flow of tension and calm is key to the film's pacing and emotional impact. Symbolism enriches the story on multiple levels. Mirrors and reflections appear at important moments, visually representing the characters' inner struggles with identity and self-perception. These symbolic elements invite viewers to think more deeply about the film's themes, such as how appearances can be deceiving and true strength comes from accepting oneself fully. Such layered storytelling adds richness without overwhelming the narrative, allowing different viewers to engage with the film in different ways depending on their perspective. Overall, the key moments in K-pop Demon Hunters work together to create a powerful emotional journey. They balance thrilling spectacle with heartfelt storytelling, offering scenes that are both visually stunning and deeply moving. The film invites audiences to experience excitement, fear, hope, and joy alongside the characters, making the story resonate long after viewing. Critics have praised this balance as one of the film's greatest strengths. Unlike many action-heavy films that focus mostly on spectacle, K-pop Demon Hunters weaves character development, thematic depth, and emotional truth throughout its most memorable scenes. This thoughtful approach keeps viewers engaged and emotionally invested from start to finish. Moreover, the film's cultural grounding enhances its impact. By blending K-pop aesthetics with traditional Korean elements and universal themes of friendship and self-discovery, it reaches diverse audiences. Fans familiar with K-pop find layers of meaning in the visuals and music, while newcomers connect with the universal story of growth and unity. This cross-cultural appeal makes its key moments resonate widely, contributing to the film's success and lasting influence. Ultimately, the power of K-pop Demon Hunters lies in how it uses its key moments not just to tell a story, but to create an experience, one that is thrilling, moving, and thought-provoking. Each impactful scene is a piece of a larger emotional mosaic, inviting viewers to see beyond the surface and connect with the heart of the film. This is what transforms a great movie into a cinematic masterpiece that stays with audiences, inspiring reflection and connection long after the final frame. As the vibrant beats and electrifying battles of K-pop Demon Hunters unfold on screen, the film quietly weaves a rich tapestry of themes and symbolism that give it layers far beyond its dazzling surface. Beneath the glow of neon lights and the pulse of K-pop rhythms, this story explores ideas about identity, community, and the challenges of balancing tradition with modernity. The narrative invites viewers not just to enjoy the spectacle, but to reflect on deeper questions about who we are and how we face the shadows within and around us. Right from the start, the theme of duality is woven into the very fabric of the story. The members of Ether live double lives, as glamorous idols adored by millions, and as secret warriors battling supernatural demons threatening their city. This tension between public image and private reality mirrors real-world struggles many face in hiding parts of themselves to meet society's expectations. For Lux, the group's lead vocalist, this duality is personal. Her journey is about reconciling the confident persona she shows the world with the doubts and fears she keeps hidden. The film uses this to explore the universal theme of authenticity, how true strength comes from embracing all parts of ourselves, even the ones we fear or conceal. Symbolism enriches this exploration throughout the film. Mirrors and reflections appear at key moments, visually representing the characters' internal conflicts and their search for self-understanding. When Lux hesitates before stepping on stage, the camera lingers on her reflection, fragmented and wavering. This subtle image hints at her fractured sense of self and the journey she must undertake to become whole. Such imagery invites the audience to consider how we often see distorted versions of ourselves shaped by fear, expectation, or past trauma, and how breaking through those illusions is a vital step toward growth. The element of light versus shadow plays a major symbolic role as well. Light, often associated with hope, truth, and life, contrasts with shadow, symbolizing fear, hidden truths, and danger. Characters like Shade embody this duality literally, wielding shadow powers that can be both destructive and protective. His struggle to control and accept his abilities mirrors the broader theme of confronting one's inner darkness rather than denying or fearing it. This dynamic invites reflection on the complexity of human nature, that light and shadow coexist within everyone, and understanding both is key to balance and healing. Beyond personal identity, K-pop Demon Hunters also delves into the theme of community and belonging. The group's members come from different backgrounds and have unique powers, yet they must learn to trust and support each other to overcome their challenges. This message of unity echoes the spirit of many K-pop groups, where teamwork and mutual support are essential for success. The film extends this idea to a larger social context, suggesting that societal strength arises when diverse individuals come together with shared purpose and respect. Scenes where the characters share quiet moments of connection, whether eating together or offering comfort, remind viewers that human bonds are what ultimately empower us. The film also subtly comments on the pressures and complexities of fame and celebrity culture. The idols' constant public scrutiny and the gap between their public image and private lives reflect real challenges faced by many entertainers, particularly in the intense world of K-pop. The story doesn't shy away from showing the toll this takes on mental health and self-worth. Lux's moments of vulnerability and the group's hidden struggles critique the often unrealistic expectations placed on celebrities to appear flawless and happy at all times. This social commentary encourages empathy and a more nuanced understanding of public figures as real people with real emotions. Cultural heritage and modernity form another important thematic layer. The film blends traditional Korean folklore and mythological elements with contemporary pop culture, creating a unique fusion that honors the past while embracing the present. The Demon Hunter's powers are tied to ancient elemental forces, and the film references historical symbols and rituals, grounding the fantasy in cultural roots. At the same time, the high-tech, neon-lit urban setting and the K-pop framework reflect modern Korea's global influence and vibrant youth culture. This balance between old and new speaks to a broader societal dialogue about preserving cultural identity amid rapid change, a conversation relevant not only in Korea but worldwide. The character arcs themselves embody these themes. Shade's journey toward accepting his shadow powers parallels the film's message about embracing complexity rather than fearing it. Lux's rise from self-doubt to confident leadership illustrates the power of self-acceptance and courage. Flame and Raven's rivalry and eventual reconciliation highlight the importance of forgiveness and understanding within communities. Each transformation ties back to the film's central idea that growth and strength arise from facing inner challenges honestly and embracing connections with others. The film's use of color and lighting further supports its thematic storytelling. Warm hues like reds and golds often accompany scenes of passion, courage, or conflict, while cooler blues and purples underscore moments of introspection or mystery. Shadows are used not just as a visual effect but as a narrative tool, enveloping characters when they wrestle with fear or doubt, and receding as they find clarity or hope. This thoughtful use of visual language enriches the viewer's emotional experience and deepens engagement with the story. Moreover, K-pop Demon Hunters subtly engages with contemporary societal issues such as mental health awareness, the pressure to conform, and the search for identity in a fast-paced world. The characters' struggles reflect real challenges faced by young people today, balancing personal dreams with social expectations, confronting anxiety and self-doubt, and finding authentic voices amid external noise. By embedding these topics within an accessible fantasy framework, the film opens a door for meaningful conversations among viewers, especially younger audiences who may see their own experiences reflected in the story. Audience reactions show how effectively these themes resonate. Many fans appreciate that the film offers more than action and music. It speaks to personal and social realities in a way that feels hopeful and empowering. The film's ability to address complex emotions and cultural issues while remaining entertaining and visually stunning is often highlighted as a key reason for its wide appeal and lasting impact. In the end, K-pop Demon Hunters uses its fantasy and spectacle not just to thrill, but to invite deeper reflection. It challenges viewers to look beyond appearances, embrace their full selves, and value the power of community. Through its rich symbolism, nuanced characters, and layered storytelling, the film becomes a mirror for real-world struggles and triumphs, a celebration of light and shadow both on stage and within the human heart. Visual style and storytelling fuse effortlessly to create an unforgettable experience. The film's cinematic techniques don't just decorate the story. They actively shape how viewers feel, understand, and connect with the characters and themes. Every shot, every cut, every note of music is carefully crafted to immerse us fully, making the film much more than just a feast for the eyes. It becomes a powerful emotional journey. The director's vision shines through immediately in the movie's visual style, which blends the glossy, high-energy aesthetics of K-pop culture with dark, atmospheric elements of fantasy and suspense. This fusion is evident in the color palette, lighting, and framing choices that balance dazzling brightness with shadowy mystery. Neon lights splash across night scenes, casting electric blues and hot pinks that pulse like music itself, capturing the exhilaration of a live K-pop performance. In contrast, scenes where characters confront demons or wrestle with their inner fears often shift into muted tones and deep shadows, visually representing tension and uncertainty. Cinematographer Lee Min-jun's work on the film deserves special praise. His camera movements are dynamic yet purposeful, often flowing smoothly during dance sequences to mirror the fluidity of the choreography. The camera glides alongside the dancers, making the viewer feel like part of the crowd, swept up in the energy. During quieter, more intimate moments, the shots become tighter and more static, inviting us to linger on expressions and subtle gestures. This deliberate variation in framing creates an emotional rhythm that mirrors the narrative's rise and fall, giving space for reflection amid the excitement. One striking example is the use of close-ups during moments of internal conflict, especially on Lux's face. The camera lingers on her eyes, capturing flickers of doubt or determination that reveal more than words could express. These intimate shots foster a strong emotional connection, allowing us to feel her vulnerability and courage deeply. The cinematography thus acts as a bridge between the fantastical world and the real, human emotions at the story's core. Editing plays an equally important role in shaping the film's pace and tension. The rapid cuts during action scenes keep the energy high and create a sense of urgency, while longer takes during emotional scenes allow the weight of the moment to settle. The editors skillfully balance these rhythms, ensuring the audience is both thrilled and emotionally engaged. The transitions between the glamorous stage performances and the darker, supernatural battles are particularly effective, often using clever visual or sound bridges that make these shifts feel seamless rather than jarring. Sound design is another cornerstone of the film's immersive storytelling. The intricate layering of sounds, from the roar of the crowd and the pulse of electronic beats to the subtle rustling of shadows and crackle of elemental powers, creates a rich auditory environment. This attention to detail enhances the mood in every scene. For instance, during battle sequences, the clash of powers is accompanied by deep bass rumbles and sharp, metallic sounds that heighten the tension and stakes. In contrast, quieter scenes use soft ambient noises like wind or distant city sounds to evoke solitude or contemplation. The soundtrack deserves special attention for its fusion of traditional Korean instruments with modern electronic and pop music. Composer Kim Hana expertly weaves haunting melodies with energetic dance beats, mirroring the film's blend of ancient myth and contemporary culture. The music never feels like mere background. It acts as a character in its own right, guiding the audience's emotional journey. The recurring musical motifs associated with each character's elemental power deepen our understanding of their personalities and struggles, creating an almost synesthetic experience where sound and image are inseparable. One memorable sequence uses music and visuals in perfect harmony, the ritual scene where the group combines their powers. Here, the score builds from a quiet, mysterious melody into a powerful crescendo as the characters' abilities merge. The editing syncs tightly with the rising tempo, the camera sweeping through swirling lights and elemental effects. This synthesis of sound, motion, and color creates a transcendent moment that feels both epic and deeply personal, underscoring the theme of unity. The director's unique stylistic choices extend beyond these technical elements. The use of visual effects is thoughtful and restrained, enhancing rather than overwhelming the story. For example, the shadow manipulation powers of Shade are rendered with a blend of CGI and practical effects that make the shadows feel almost tangible, alive and shifting organically around him. This choice grounds the supernatural elements in a believable reality, making the fantastical feel immediate and relatable. Lighting design also plays a crucial storytelling role. Scenes bathed in warm, golden light often represent moments of hope, connection, or revelation, while cooler, harsher lighting signals conflict or isolation. This dynamic use of lighting creates visual metaphors that deepen the narrative's emotional resonance. For instance, when Lux confronts her fears backstage, the interplay of light and shadow on her face visually reflects her inner turmoil and eventual resolve. The film's visual storytelling extends to subtle details in set and costume design. The costumes balance contemporary K-pop fashion trends with fantastical elements that hint at each character's powers and personality. Flame's fiery red accents, Shade's darker, shadowy textures, and Lux's radiant, light-inspired motifs. These design choices enrich the narrative by visually reinforcing character traits and their evolving arcs. Sound, visuals, editing, and design all converge to create an atmosphere that is immersive and emotionally rich. The director's vision is clear: to craft a world where music and magic intertwine, where every visual and auditory choice supports the story's themes of identity, unity, and self-acceptance. This synergy of cinematic techniques makes K-pop Demon Hunters not just a film to watch, but an experience to feel deeply. Ultimately, the movie's style enhances its storytelling by engaging viewers' senses and emotions on multiple levels. The seamless blend of kinetic visuals, evocative soundscapes, and purposeful editing draws us into the characters' world, making their joys, fears, and triumphs palpable. This holistic approach to filmmaking elevates the movie from a simple fantasy action story into a vibrant, living tapestry that lingers long after the credits roll. From the very first moment the cast of K-pop Demon Hunters came together, it was clear that something special was happening behind the scenes. The chemistry between the actors wasn't just professional. It felt genuine, like a real family forming in front of the cameras. This natural bond translated beautifully on screen, elevating their performances and making every interaction crackle with authenticity and warmth. The energy they shared was infectious, fueling not only the intense action sequences but also the quieter, emotional moments that grounded the story. The lead, who plays Lux, brought a surprising depth to the role partly because of the strong connections she built with her co-stars. Her on-screen relationships, especially with Shade and Flame, benefit from real camaraderie that allowed them to play off each other effortlessly. The playful banter in rehearsal rooms often found its way into improvised scenes, adding layers of realism that scripted dialogue alone could never capture. This dynamic made the conflicts and reconciliations feel earned, genuine, and heartfelt, drawing the audience deeper into the narrative. Behind the scenes, the cast faced unique challenges that only strengthened their bond. The intense dance rehearsals for the K-pop performances were grueling, pushing everyone's limits physically and mentally. Long hours in the studio built a sense of shared purpose, with actors encouraging and supporting each other to master complex choreography. These moments of struggle and triumph fostered a team spirit reminiscent of actual K-pop groups, which translated into believable, cohesive performances on screen. The camaraderie during these sessions often sparked laughter and impromptu performances, giving the production an uplifting atmosphere despite the hard work. One memorable story shared by the cast involved a particularly difficult fight scene that required precise timing and trust. The sequence involved fast-paced moves, wire work, and complex special effects. During early takes, nerves and small mistakes caused frustration, but instead of falling apart, the actors rallied around each other, running lines, reviewing footage together, and motivating each other until they nailed the choreography. This collective effort not only improved the scene but deepened their respect and affection for one another, a dynamic that shines through in the final cut. The set itself became a creative hub where ideas flowed freely. The director fostered a collaborative environment, encouraging actors and crew to contribute suggestions for character moments or visual effects. This openness gave the actors a sense of ownership over their roles and the story, inspiring performances filled with genuine emotion and spontaneity. For instance, several key scenes were enhanced by actors adding small gestures or expressions that revealed hidden layers of their characters, creating richer, more nuanced portrayals. The production design team's dedication to authenticity also played a crucial role in shaping the cast's performances. The detailed sets, from the pulsating concert stages to the shadowy alleys where battles took place, immersed the actors in the story's world. Wearing costumes that reflected their characters' powers and personalities helped the cast embody their roles fully, enabling them to move and react naturally. These elements combined to blur the lines between performance and reality, creating a believable universe where magic and music coexist. As filming progressed, the chemistry and positive energy on set became a source of motivation for everyone involved. Crew members often noted how the cast's enthusiasm lifted morale, even during long, difficult days. This shared passion created a sense of unity that mirrored the film's themes of friendship and teamwork, adding an extra layer of authenticity to the storytelling. Once K-pop Demon Hunters was released, audience reactions demonstrated just how powerful this chemistry was. Fans immediately connected with the characters, praising the natural interactions and emotional depth that made the story resonate. Online communities buzzed with discussions not just about the action and music, but about the relationships at the heart of the film. Many viewers expressed that the believable friendships and rivalries made the stakes feel real and personal, intensifying their investment in the outcome. Critics also highlighted the cast's synergy as a standout feature. Reviews often singled out the lead actor's ability to balance high-energy performances with subtle emotional nuance, crediting their off-screen rapport for this achievement. The film's success was attributed not only to its visual spectacle but to the authenticity brought by its ensemble, proving that strong casting and genuine chemistry are essential ingredients in creating memorable cinema. The impact of this chemistry extended well beyond the theater. Long after the credits rolled, fans continued to engage with the film's characters and story, creating fan art, fan fiction, and online discussions that kept the community vibrant and active. The actors embraced this enthusiasm, participating in interviews, live streams, and fan events that deepened the connection between creators and audience. Their openness and warmth further fueled fan loyalty, turning K-pop Demon Hunters into more than just a movie. It became a shared cultural experience. Looking back, the collaborative spirit that defined the production was key to its lasting appeal. The authentic relationships forged on set not only enhanced the performances but also created a foundation for the story's emotional power. This behind-the-scenes harmony echoes the film's message about the strength found in unity, making the making of K-pop Demon Hunters a reflection of its own narrative truth. As the credits of K-pop Demon Hunters rolled for the last time, its vibrant pulse continued to beat far beyond the theater, echoing throughout the worlds of cinema, music, and popular culture. What started as a bold fusion of fantasy, K-pop, and supernatural action blossomed into a cultural phenomenon that reshaped not only its genre but also how stories about identity, community, and artistry could be told on screen. The film's legacy is a testament to the power of innovative storytelling paired with authentic emotion, a combination that continues to inspire creators and audiences alike. One of the film's most significant influences lies in how it expanded the boundaries of genre filmmaking. Prior to K-pop Demon Hunters, few films dared to so seamlessly blend the high-energy world of K-pop with dark fantasy elements. This daring fusion opened doors for other filmmakers to explore similar crossovers between music subcultures and genre narratives, encouraging more diverse and experimental storytelling. The success of the film proved that audiences are hungry for stories that break traditional molds, stories that are vibrant, culturally rich, and emotionally resonant. Filmmakers and producers across Asia and beyond took note, incorporating more dynamic musical storytelling into their projects and recognizing the potential for blending pop culture with fantasy and action. The film's innovative visual style, combining neon-lit concert aesthetics with shadowy, supernatural visuals, set new standards for production design and cinematography in genre films. Directors have cited K-pop Demon Hunters as a touchstone for how to balance spectacle with substance, inspiring a wave of movies and series that seek to capture a similar energy and emotional depth. Beyond its cinematic ripple effect, K-pop Demon Hunters also impacted the global perception of K-pop culture itself. While K-pop was already a powerful cultural export, the film brought fresh narrative depth to the genre, showcasing its potential as a storytelling vehicle rather than just a music industry phenomenon. It spotlighted the artistry, discipline, and emotional complexity behind the idol's public personas, helping fans and newcomers alike appreciate the human stories beneath the glitz and glamour. This deeper portrayal contributed to a growing respect for K-pop's cultural significance and broadened its appeal worldwide. The film's soundtrack, a masterful blend of traditional Korean instrumentation and modern electronic beats, gained widespread acclaim, influencing music producers to experiment more boldly with genre fusion. Several tracks became anthems, not only within the film's fanbase but also in mainstream charts, reinforcing the movie's cultural reach. Concert tours and live performances inspired by the film further blurred the lines between cinema and music, creating immersive experiences that celebrated the film's spirit of unity and creativity. Awards and accolades quickly followed, cementing the film's place in cinematic history. It swept major Asian film festivals, earning praise for its direction, choreography, soundtrack, and performances. Critics lauded its ability to resonate emotionally while pushing the envelope of visual storytelling. International film bodies recognized its contribution to elevating genre cinema and promoting cultural dialogue. These milestones marked K-pop Demon Hunters not just as a commercial success, but as an artistic achievement that transcended borders. What truly sets the film apart, and what ensures its lasting significance, is its ability to speak to universal human experiences through the lens of a highly specific cultural context. Themes of identity, self-acceptance, and community resonate across cultures and generations, making the film timeless. Fans who first encountered the story upon release continue to find new meaning in it years later, sharing it with new audiences and keeping the conversation alive. The film's messages about embracing complexity, supporting one another, and finding strength in vulnerability remain powerful and relevant in an ever-changing world. Moreover, the legacy of K-pop Demon Hunters is seen in the thriving fan communities that have grown around it. These communities are not only passionate about the film's story and music, but also embrace its themes of inclusivity and empowerment. Through fan art, cosplay, discussions, and social activism inspired by the film's messages, the audience has created a living, evolving culture that extends the film's impact far beyond the screen. This active engagement highlights the unique way cinema can foster connection and inspire positive change. The actors and creative team behind the film have become cultural icons, known for their authenticity and dedication. Their continued involvement with the fanbase and commitment to projects that push creative boundaries keep the spirit of K-pop Demon Hunters alive and thriving. Many have gone on to influence new generations of artists, further amplifying the film's legacy. In reflecting on why K-pop Demon Hunters remains significant, it becomes clear that its success is rooted in a perfect storm of innovation, heart, and cultural relevance. It dared to be different, to blend genres and cultures in ways few films had before. It told a story that was as thrilling as it was meaningful, with characters who felt real and relatable. And it connected with audiences on a deeply emotional level, inviting them not just to watch but to participate in its world. This is the hallmark of enduring art, when a story transcends its medium to become a shared experience that evolves and grows with its audience. K-pop Demon Hunters is more than a movie. It's a cultural touchstone that continues to inspire creativity, dialogue, and connection. Its legacy is a shining example of how storytelling, when done with passion and authenticity, can leave a lasting mark on the world.